From Tucson, we travel to Kalamazoo, Michigan, where we learn that all homeless people are not created equal. In fact, the story reports that minorities make up a disproportionate share of the poor, which apparently is news in Michigan. From Michigan, we travel to the Little Havana neighborhood of Miami to find shelter. And we find it, but of course it's already full, hence the two words that strike terror into homeless families: waiting list. From the battle for shelter in Miami, we go to the battle for the UFC title in Oklahoma City, starring Latino fighting sensation Roger Huerta. Huerta, aka El Matador, was once homeless and now is trying to become an actor. That's a good thing because the killer was the loser in the fight. From Oklahoma City, we travel to Washington, D.C. to learn from comic Joey Medina, who told the Congressional Hispanic Caucus that it was amazing to walk to the White House and see white gardeners working. From D.C., we go to Florida, where a town has a message for all Washington politicians. The message? We shouldn't have homeless children in America, but we do, and it is crippling these children's lives. From Florida, we head north to New York City, only to discover that the group with the highest percentage of members living in poverty is Hispanics, where 26%, that's 26% of all Latinos, live below the poverty level. From the Big Apple, we head out to the Twin Cities to meet with the incomparable Al Franken, who reveals that yes, there are Hispanics in the Great White North, yes, some are homeless, and yes, most still don't have access to health care. From the home of Lutefisk Tacos, we head out to sunny Los Angeles for the most important story of the semester. The story? A California study shows that giving homeless people shelter actually costs less than leaving them on the streets. Unfortunately, those people who do have shelter fail to notice the story. But they did notice back at the United Nations headquarters in New York City, where a devastating report is released. The report shows that housing for the poor in major U.S. cities is equivalent to housing for the poor in Nairobi, Kenya. Flying across the country to Marin County, we learn that this community is also tired and fed up. They're tired and fed up with the poor treatment of the Hispanic poor, and they actually agree with one Latino who says that, quote, "We pray just like every other human being here." From California, we go to Indianapolis, where there is legal trouble brewing for a local police officer. An officer who just happened to be the area's best bridge to the Hispanic community. Her crime? Not reporting a criminal lead soon enough. From Indiana, we travel to Pennsylvania to learn about a breakthrough school program in Philadelphia, where the school district is hosting parent academies for all parents, including immigrants who don't speak much English, to help them help their children succeed. We travel back to Washington to learn about another battle brewing. This one is over the U.S. Census, where Republicans are afraid that an accurate count of minorities would benefit those non-American Americans, the Democrats. From Washington, we travel to the heartland of America, Des Moines, Iowa, to meet with Vicky Arroyo, who, like many impoverished people in this country, and many, many Hispanics, will spend the holidays without a home. From Iowa, we return to one of the areas hardest hit by the current economic catastrophe, Tucson, Arizona, where in our final story, the Valenzuela family volunteers to help, but worries that even more people will go hungry this holiday season. Their solution? Families creating a new holiday tradition, a tradition based simply on volunteering to help others.